More than 950 tons of solid waste were removed from the southern beaches last month in Mauritius. That is an indicative of how serious the issue of pollution is on the island. François Benjamin Florence, an associate professor of ecology at the University of Mauritius, expresses his concern on this alarming situation.
So this is really a problem, I think, of mentality. That people are really careless about others. It's a very selfish behavior. And the problem that I see with that as well is that the authorities are doing next to nothing about it. So this is also another issue. If it was punished sufficiently when people do these actions, we wouldn't have so much dumping around. So we have a kind of turning a blind eye to this problem in Mauritius. You have pollution, for example, of fertilizers from the fields. They will drain through the water, in the groundwater or surface runoff. They will go to the rivers. They will end up in the sea, and they will cause a recrudescence of growth of algae that would actually smother the corals, and the corals will die. And when the corals die, of course, it's the whole ecosystem that's impoverished, and the species living in the coral reefs, which are actually extremely diverse, they tend to be lost. And of course, this has knock-on effects, isn't it? With a livelihood of people depending on fisheries will be damaged. The beauty of the lagoon is damaged. And for example, we have in Mauritius very much damaged wetlands. Coastal wetlands have been very much filled up. If you look at maps of Ficon Flac in the 1940s, for example, you see a large number of wetlands covering large areas. They were serving as a kind of buffer, preventing so much of that nutrients, excess nutrient, pollution nutrient, to actually go into the lagoon and cause all the damage I just mentioned. There are many aspects like that. There are other things as well. Of course, plastic are just floating around in rivers and end up in the sea. They end up in killing animals, because animals mistake them for jellyfish or other food items. They swallow it, they can't digest it, they die. Turtles are known to die like this. Many seabirds are dying like this. And even eventually these plastic, they also break into small pieces and nanoparticles eventually, and they go into the food chain, and that comes back into us when we eat fish and contaminate us as well. So what goes around comes back to us as well.
Measures that have been implemented, such as Maurice Île Durable, have had no impact on the situation. The environment is being damaged every day by plastic, pesticides, and even by development that are being allowed in environmentally sensitive areas, such as wetland and coastal areas.